Alright, welcome back everyone. Sorry it's been a while since I've made a video, but today I decided I would talk about crew skills, because crew skills are a very important aspect to this game, and they're somewhat overlooked. They're not as important as equipment, but they are probably more important than consumables, and they are very valuable to know how to do them properly. So what consumables are, is they're buffs to your tank's ability in battle, and they're connected to your crew. So once you gain experience in battle, some of that will be put aside for your crew, and that will level up their crew skills. Once you have elited your vehicle, and by that I mean there is nothing left to research on that, there's an option called Accelerate Crew Training, and this will apply all of the experience that you earn on that tank towards the crew skills, so it will level up much faster, and if it's checked off, it will build up as convertible experience that you'll need gold to unlock as free experience. So I recommend always having Accelerate Crew Training on if you have an elite vehicle, because that will go to leveling up the crew skills. Okay, just to illustrate the difference that crew skills can make, I've pulled up 4 copies of the 140 in the compare window here, and I've configured each of them with a different crew. So the first one is 100% crew with all the crew skills that I currently have on it, and the second is just 100% crew with no skills. And then we have a 75% crew and a 50% crew. So as you can see here, the one with crew skills is rated higher than the others, and the one with 100% is much higher than these that are not at 100%. So, for example, if we check the damage per minute here, it's 3600 when it's basically at its peak. With no crew skills, it's 3524, and then it just starts dropping off as your the crew training goes down. And furthermore, the view range, mine is going to be 485 right now, but with no crew skills it's going to be 459, and then 75% crew 412 and 364, so really bad if you had a 50% crew in this. Alright, so in order to unlock crew skills, you'll have to have your crew reach 100% of their training level, and once this happens, you'll see this plus icon that'll be shining up here beside their name, and you can click on that, and then you can choose from the list of all of the crew skills that are available to them. So what crew skills are available to them will depend on what their qualification is in the tank. So for example, the commander here will have some different crew skills than the driver, and the driver will have some different crew skills that are unique to them than, say, the radio operator here. Now, this doesn't really matter, because all tanks will have exactly the same crew skills in the game. There isn't any tank in the game that'll have unique crew skills, or any crew in the game that'll have unique. It just depends what crew member they're on. So, for example, this tank has a loader, but if we go to the bat chat does not have a loader, and you'll see here that if we go to the commander he has the commander skills, the radio operator skills, and he also has a loader skills. So the commander is doing 3 things at once. So this means you just have more skills to choose from this one guy. But you'll have all of the same choices available to you. It'll just be a little bit more on each person than, say, if your tank had 4 or 5 crew members. But this isn't something you need to really worry about. It's just more important what skills you are picking for your tank. Alright, I think I'll just go over and talk about every single crew skill in the game very briefly and whether or not it's useful. So, first off, the common skills. The common skills are skills that you can have on any crew member regardless of their qualification, and they stack together. So if you have it 100% on all 4 crew members, you'll get the full bonus, and if you have it only 25% on all of them, you'll get 25% bonus, and etc. So, repairs. This will accelerate how fast you get your damage modules back up and working again. So if you have your track knocked off, it will repair your track faster if you have this. So this is a very useful skill on all tanks in the game. Very important. Concealment. This will make your camo value go up. It'll be harder to spot. This is a very important skill to have on tank destroyers, medium tanks, and light tanks. Very important. Firefighting. You'll basically just put out fires faster if you get set on fire. This is good if you don't run a fire extinguisher. There's a few tanks in the game this is useful, and this is mainly useful after you have gotten concealment and repairs on most tanks. It's a kind of an afterthought, but sometimes you can use it. Brothers in Arms, this is basically like the equivalent of vents. It makes everything a little bit better. Aiming, reload, camo, spotting, it's pretty good. I use it on almost every single tank in the game. This is completely useless. It just makes your crew skills go a little bit faster, but it's pointless because it actually doesn't do anything helpful in battle. This improves your view range. It's a commander skill, except it is overshadowed because situational awareness is better. So if your commander has situational awareness, you should always get that over recon. Jack of all trades. Now, what this does is, if your driver is knocked out, the commander can replace 50% of the driver once this is at 100%. So basically, if you're not running a med kit, this is really useful if you have your crew members knocked out that aren't the commander, because your tank will still function decently well. So this is useful if you want to run a different consumable instead of a med kit. Okay, Eagle Eye, this, I don't even know what this does because I never use it. Okay, yeah, this you can basically just see what modules are damaged on the target. It's not really that useful. I would never put that on a tank. Sixth Sense, okay, here we go. This is the commander skill. This is the most important skill in the game. So what this does is 3 seconds after you are spotted in battle, this light bulb will come up on your screen and it will be a noise and it will alert you that you're spotted. So this is the most important thing to have in the game. And it is a commander skill. It is important to consider that when your commander is knocked out in game, you lose Sixth Sense and all of his abilities, as well as your view range. Your view range will be cut in half. You won't have Sixth Sense, and your Jack of all trades wouldn't work. So keep that in mind. That Sixth Sense will only work if your commander's alive, but he probably will be most of the time. That's just kind of a situational thing. So the gunner skills here: designated target, completely useless. I would never use that. It makes people 2 more seconds. Never use that. Armor. This is if your tank has its gun knocked out a lot, this can be useful, but there are other skills that would be more important than this. Deadeye, I don't use this much, just because of other skills, but this is pretty good to get. This is a good time to point out that this is a perk. So a perk, the difference between a perk and a skill would be a perk only works once you have the training of that to 100%. So if you have 99% on Deadeye, it won't do anything. You have to have 100% on it. Whereas if you have 99% on camo or concealment or repairs, that is going to still have an effect, right? And that's going to be basically the same as 100%. It's going to be a very, very small difference. Whereas Deadeye is completely useless until you get it to 100%. Snapshot with the gunner skill. This will make you a little bit more accurate when you're moving your turret. It's very useful. I have this on almost every single tank. Alright, moving on to the driver here. Driver, common skills, we already went over this, so the driver of course has the common skills as well. So, specific to the driver, controlled impact, ramming, useless, I do not have a single tank. Off-road driving, this is kind of useful to get at some point. It makes you go a little faster on like soft terrain. Smooth ride, this is a very important one. I have this on almost every single tank. It improves your accuracy. It'll make your aim circle a little bit smaller and tighter when you're moving around. It's very good. Preventative maintenance, now this is useful, but keep in mind it is a perk, which makes it a little bit harder to get, because you have to have it at 100%, but it will make you set on fire less. And clutch braking is useful for tank destroyers and things that have a slow traverse speed, because it'll make you turn a little bit more quickly. Right, so that's the driver and the radio operator. Situational awareness, now this is a very important skill. It makes your view range better, and as I mentioned before, this one is has a greater effect than recon. I think it's like nearly twice. That's good. This is completely useless. This is useless. This is useless. Okay. Anything with the radio is completely useless in the game. The radio is pointless because it'll never matter in high tiers. Alright, and last but not least, the loader. So the loader has one important skill, and that is safe stowage. This means you get ammo racked less, so I have this on almost every single tanks. These ones, I would never bother with them, so I'm not even going to go over them. You can read it for yourself if you like. Alright, so something worth mentioning about crew experience is that skills, it goes like a bell curve. So from 0% to 100%, the amount of XP you need is like a curve. It goes up. So from 1 to 2%, it'll take a lot less experience as, say, 99 to 100%. And also, each new skill you get will take more XP to get to 100%. So, for a primary skill, I guess they just called the first skill the primary skill here in this calculator. It needs roughly 100k XP. then second 200, and then the third 420, and then fourth nearly a million, and then well over a million. So it gets up really high. So you're gonna need incredible amounts of experience to level up a crew, and this takes forever. It's really grindy in this game. So for example, my highest crew I have in the game is on the IS-7 here, and they are just working on their 5th skill now, and that's only because of course, you know, the Russian heavies, there's tons of them in the game. So I've played the same crew in the IS-6 and the same crew in the Churchill and in the Ep.4 and the IS-5. So that's why the IS-7 crew has leveled up to the highest in my garage. Alright, so I'll talk about the best way to level up your crews in the game, and it's basically what I just described. It's using premium vehicles with the same crew, so you're able to play doubles and get more XP. So I have the IS-7 crew here. I can click on the IS-5, put the crew in that, play the IS-5, get a ×2, click on the IS-6, I can put the same crew in this because it's a premium tank, obviously, so I can use the crew. And then I play the IS-6, and then, oh look, I can put the same crew in the Churchill because it's premium. And oh, here, the Ep.4, so I put the same crew in, and it levels up the crew. This is the best way to do it. So getting a premium tank, because premium tanks, obviously, you can use the whatever crew you want of the same nation and the same class. Also, what will really increase your progress getting crew XP is these boosters that you unlock. So you can see what missions you have to do to earn them, and once you get them, you can get things that'll say 300% crew experience for 2 hours or 200 for 1 hour. So this is basically really useful. Whenever you're playing, you should activate these things. So whenever I play tier 10, I'll put on these 200% crew experience boosters, and my crew will go up twice as fast as it normally would. Or I guess no, that would be I guess 3 times as fast. I don't know, I'm stupid. But yeah, it's gonna go up much more quickly if you have boosters on and you're using your double ×2s of the day. Alright, so I'll just go over what skills I would pick for each type of tank: medium, heavy, light, etc. So I'll start here with a medium tank, the Object 140. Now, obviously, I would pick Sixth Sense for the commander as the first skill. This is the most important skill in the game. You need this on every tank. Alright, so here's an example of where Sixth Sense is useful. Here I'm in the Object 140, and I was shooting at a Jagdtiger there, and the Jagdtiger was at 385 meters, so he could have spotted me. But since my Sixth Sense did not go off, I know it's safe to stay here and keep shooting, because there's no one spotting me. Another instance where I use Sixth Sense, here I'm driving around looking for Artie, and I spot him, and I can see that my Sixth Sense just went off, so I know the Artie has spotted me, so I have to be careful about getting shotgun, because I know I'm lit. So that's why I'm hiding behind this house and moving around, and here's the Artie that spotted me, and now I can kill him. So that's why Sixth Sense is the most useful skill in the game. It just gives you so much more awareness when playing. Next will be Brothers in Arms, and after that I have Jack of all trades on this tank just because I use food instead of a repair, or not a repair kit, food instead of a med kit. Next I'll have the repair skills, and after that I have situational awareness. On the gunner, snapshot, Brothers in Arms, camo, repairs, then firefighting. And similar thing on the driver, smooth ride, Brothers in Arms, camo, repairs, firefighting. And for this guy, safe stowage, Brothers in Arms, camo, repairs, firefighting. So my medium tanks, the common skills are most useful, with the first wave being their specific skills. Here is what I would say is a standard medium setup, where the repairs and camo could be swapped out for, say, maybe Jack of all trades on the commander or something else. But I'd say if you use exactly this, you can't go wrong. This is basically what you want on every single medium tank. Although it might vary slightly, but you should use this as a general template, in my opinion. I'll talk about heavy tank crew skills. So here's the IS-7, and it's basically the same as the medium Sixth Sense, Brothers in Arms, jack of all trades, repairs, except I haven't gone with camo. On the commander here I've gone with recon, and recon would be situational awareness, but this tank does have a loader that has the radio operator skill situational awareness, so that's where that skill is. On the gunner here, it's same as a medium, except I have firefighting instead of camo, and I also have armor on, just because I thought there was nothing else very useful on here. For the driver, very similar to the medium again, except I do not have camo or firefighting. I've gone with clutch braking off-road driving just to try and make the IS-7 a little bit more maneuverable. And the loader, again, same as the medium, but I have firefighting before camo. Camo, it's just because I've gotten to the 5th skill and there's nothing else that's really worth it. So I just have camo, but it's obviously not important at all. And then on the last guy here, the loader, it's just repairs, brothers arms, firefighting, and situational awareness. I would have put situational awareness before the firefighting. I think that was a bit of a mistake. And here's my general template for heavy tanks. I'd say if you use this exactly, you probably can't go wrong. I mean, obviously some heavy tanks you might change it up a bit, but this is what I would generally use every time. Alright, and light tank crew. As you can see here, it's literally identical to a medium or heavy to start out with. But I took camo as a second wave before I did brothers in arms. I mean, I probably would have done brothers in arms first, even though it is a light tank and camo is very valuable. But you want to make sure you do have camo on a light tank. And then afterwards, I felt like there wasn't too much super useful besides having repairs, and I did take recon and off-road driving. So it's pretty simple, and it is very similar to a medium tank for a light tank, except with a little bit more emphasis on the camo skill. Alright, so again, here is the general template for a light tank, very similar to a medium tank, apart from I just put camouflage over repairs. On a tank destroyer, the grill is my only high tier tank destroyer I have, so this tank I've gone with basically the same as always, 6th Sense and all that, brothers in arms, and then I've gone with camouflage. Now, tank destroyers can vary quite a bit, so say I had the Panzer 100, which is the complete opposite to the grill, I would probably take repairs over camouflage because of the way that tank plays differently. But for the grill, camouflage is more valuable than repairs. After camouflage, I've just gone with some miscellaneous skills, including repairs on most of them, situational awareness, and recon for the view range. And as well on the gunner, I took armor. That's the one for the damage gun. This is just specific for the grill, because the grill, as you can see, has the gun mounted in this shield up here, and it gets knocked out quite a lot, so the armor is kind of useful on this tank. And the basic template for tank destroyers. As you can see, it's basically the same for all tanks. The most important skills, it's not going to vary too much. It'll just vary on what the tank is and what it's used for. Alright, and if you thought I forgot Arty, I didn't forget Arty, but I just do not care at all about Arty, so I'm not going to do their crew skills. If you play Arty, you're just going to have to figure it out on your own. It shouldn't be too difficult. It'll probably still be very similar to any other tank. But one more thing I do want to mention before I end off this video is the female crew. Now the female crew, it has all the same crew skills as a normal crew, but it has one key advantage, and that is it comes with Brothers in Arms unlocked. It's called Sisterhood of Steel, but it's the same thing as Brothers in Arms. So when you get your female crew by doing the missions here, you get them when you complete the 260 or the TVD or IFA, those kind of missions. You get them when you complete the 15th one in each thing. You get a female crew member. And what they come with is they come 100% trained with Sisterhood of Steel, the Brothers in Arms thing, plus an extra 2 skills. But this is the catch: the Sisterhood of Steel does not count as a skill. I mean, it's obviously in effect, but the other skills, the next skills that you get will count as the first, second, and third skill. So on this STB here, I have the Sisterhood of Steel for free, and then I have my first skill, second skill, and third skill. Whereas say on a normal tank here with a male crew, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one only counts as 3. And the important thing about that is as I said earlier in the video, crew skills are like a curve. So the first skill is going to take a lot less to get from 0 to 100 than the second skill. So on this one, I'm going to unlock the third skill a lot faster on here than I am on this one, because the Sisterhood of Steel, which I'm always going to get on any tank, it doesn't count. It's for free on these female crew. So the female crew will train up a lot faster than a normal male crew in this game. So that's why the female crew is really valuable, as well as they come pre-trained with two crew skills plus the Sisterhood of Steel. So they are really valuable. But anyway, I think that about wraps up the video on crew skills. It's a fairly complicated topic, but I just wanted to go over it briefly and give you some general pointers. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I'll probably answer them to the best of my ability. But anyway, that's it. Take care, guys, and I'll catch you next time.